welcome to my boat kitchen. We live on a 57-foot narrowboat and I've been feeling highly uninspired to get into the kitchen these days, and so instead of just filming our daily lives, which is what we normally do on this channel, I thought I would use the excuse to make a video to get myself up and at 'em and feeling inspired to cook something delicious. We're Mel and Paul and this is our home. We're slowly fixing her up and doing our best to have a good time doing it. This is our version of boat life. Subscribe and welcome aboard. Looking through the good old Tesco mag, and here are all the things I've been tearing out to try and jolt myself back into feeling excited about making a dinner. And then I came across this lovely picture of pizza. It's a Jamie Oliver recipe, and I'm not going to make it, but it did jolt my memory that when in doubt, go back to a good old favorite. And one of our favorites on this boat is definitely homemade pizza. I will pop the link up here for a previous video when we showed you a little bit of our method. It wasn't exactly a cooking tutorial, but it definitely explained more thoroughly how we make our pizza, and I'll pop that there now because you're definitely not going to get a recipe from me today. I haven't planned this, so we don't have the best ingredients, but it's also going to be a good opportunity just for me to tell you how I find dealing with a small kitchen. It's smaller than any kitchen I've ever had, and the contribution it makes to the general feeling of boat life and living in a small space. But before I get carried away, I need to get the dough on the go because that takes the longest, and to make the dough I always use the help of my trusty bread machine. So what I love about the bread machine is that it is a few quick, easy ingredients. Obviously for bread, it would be the same without a machine. You're just popping it in the machine, it's doing all the work for you, and after about an hour and 20 minutes, it's a lovely risen ball of dough. The good old bread maker going on behind me, so that's all on the go. Excuse this gigantic mess, but just keeping it real, folks. Those are the dry dishes. This is the pile to still get washed. What really needs to be done is I need to clean up that mess in the kitchen because that was slightly embarrassing. And to do that, I need to fill the water. We have let it get to an all-time low, but yesterday was Sunday evening and we just couldn't see ourselves going outside in the rain to fill the tank. But I'm gonna get on with that, have a bit of a clean up, and then we can get back on with this cooking extravaganza. Topic of wine, let me show you our wine storage. So that is the size of the bottle of wine that fits in this gigantic hole. They've got like little ridges in there so that the bottles don't move around. We've often actually said either this needed to be extended right to the back so that you had a full shelf, or like it just needs to be a better, more efficient racking system, let's say. It's just such a strange waste of space. Style-wise, I guess you could say Paul and I definitely err on the side of a more minimal aesthetic, but it's something that's kind of hard to achieve in a small space or a version of a tiny home such as a 57-foot narrowboat. That's enough waffling about style in the kitchen. Let's actually make some food. I wasn't joking when I said that I was underprepared to make this pizza slash this video. The only toppings I have are a meat substitute, a vegetarian shredded hoisin duck, Linda McCartney's, that's what it looks like. We have this often in stir fries. It's really good if you are trying to cut down on your meat consumption. I don't know what Paul's gonna say, like normally he has a pepperoni or salami, that kind of a style pizza. When all else fails, I guess you can just cover it in cheese. And we have a little selection of peppers. So I'm gonna make a tomato base and we are gonna roll with it. And I'm sure people have eaten way more random things than a plant-based duck on a pizza. Now, I may not be a pro in the kitchen, but I can offer you my #1 top tip, and it's a goodie. If you have one of these, a stovetop kettle, don't you be cooking next to it. Always move the kettle off the stove when cooking anything. There is nothing worse than a dirty old kettle, never mind having to clean one. Very basic, but it'll save you. We like it garlicky. I got mess on me.
Oh no.
Splattering tomatoes. How's work?
Alright, look at the...
How's your friends?
Alright.
Birdie.
Oh man, about a Doberman.
Paul has just hopped in the shower and that's what you might be hearing in the background is the shower pump. Always very noisy. I wanted to check in on the topic of plant-based meats. Some of them seriously are like, let's just call this something else because they're not really the best, but others are really good and I can actually recommend this one. Not promising what it's going to be like on a pizza, but it's really, really good. If it doesn't work out, the two saviors are going to be cheese and barbecue sauce. How do you feel about plant-based hoisin duck on your pizza this evening?
Over the moon.
This is the first Paul's hearing of this random concoction. We're just going to use cheese and barbecue sauce, it'll save it. Can't really go wrong, you know?
That's where you went wrong.
Slight departure from the old pepperoni.
Oh, am I not having pepperoni?
No, I didn't plan to make pizzas tonight, and that's all I have in terms of like
That's
toppings.
a bummer, isn't it? You're gonna have to walk to the shops and get some pepperoni, aren't you?
No.
I'll hold the fort.
Okay, pizza is ready.
Oh, thanks.
Doesn't look quite the gourmet standard. Give us a taste test. Thank you for joining us in our tiny kitchen on our floating home. We're going to settle in for the night and tuck into the rest of our pizza. Thank you so much for being here. Subscribe if you're new. See you in the next one.
Cheers.
these splattering tomatoes.
Oh, the base is still very...
Oh, fudge. Best I cook it a little... Well, best I cook mine a little bit longer.
Thank you for joining us in our tiny kitchen.